What's up, my family? How is everybody doing? Hope you're good. I'm also doing amazing. Welcome back to Emmy's Diary with yet another interesting video. If you're new, my name is Emmy. Kindly consider subscribing, hit the like button. You can share my videos and leave a comment. And you can as well tell me exactly you're watching me from. I'll be glad to know. And do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I post a new video. And guys, it's a beautiful morning, another opportunity. I made it safe to the village. I have that feeling of I really wanted to be here so bad. You see, I spent a month outside home. I'm like, wow, I really wanted to be here today and maybe forever. I don't know. So it's beautiful over here. I'm so much happy that I made it safe to the village. And you know what? I'm surprised. I'm very surprised with what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys remember, for those who've been watching for some times, we've been working so much in the farm. We planted some maize, we did the planting, we did the weeding, we did the second weeding, we placed some fertilizer of manure, the so-called top dressing, and we even planted some potatoes. And you know what? You know what, guys? This is a surprise to you. Maize are ready for harvesting and people are roasting maize right now, and I haven't tasted any maize since I came yesterday. And I'm like, my mother told me you can just go and get some for yourself and do the roasting because I've never tasted them. And you know what really makes me happy? That I planted this time, from the very first time the farm were being plowed, I was here. We did the first planting and we did the weeding and all that, and now the maize are ready. And due to the fact that I placed the seeds in the soil, oh my goodness, I feel so much happy for that. At least when they say you reap where you sow, that I can relate with that statement. And the sowing comes with a lot of happiness, knowing that you put in the work and you're now here to harvest. So I have this manila bag, or a sack bag kinda, made manually, and I also have a panga to cut some maize. But before we do that, I came up to here so that I can see how our potatoes are doing. Oh my goodness, have a look at these. I don't know if you can see. Potatoes are doing good. Have a look at that. So this is exactly what I was telling you, that the maize are ready right now. You guys, you can remember, I know you can remember. Look at these. Maize is ready, very ready. Have a look at these. You guys remember these? We were here sometimes back doing the planting, and the maize are ready. So what I was telling you is that right now we are going to harvest this maize. We are going to cut it down, all of it, and the farm won't just lie idle. We'll be having potatoes inside, and we do the second weeding, and after some few months we'll be having our potatoes. That really sounds good, right? So I really missed the village so much. The 1 month which I spent outside feels like a whole year, like eternity, and I'm finally here. I'm so happy. So it's, I don't know the time, I haven't worked with my phone or my watch, but it's in the mid-morning. People have taken breakfast and I haven't taken breakfast. I was doing some editing, and then I was like, there were some buns to take breakfast with, but I'm not gonna use that. I really only wanted to take tea with roasted maize, and maybe sometimes to come we'll do the boiled maize. It's really so good, a very good source of carbohydrates. So let's go take some few maize here and there, and we do the roasting together, then we take breakfast together. So guys, did you miss me in the village? I know the better part of me you've seen in the village. Just a bit of whatever makes my life is what you've seen in the city. So you know me from here. This is where everything started, and I'm so much happy to be back. And let me tell you something. There is something that I realized, that it's very quiet and peaceful over here. The city is very chaotic. People are very busy. People just like, okay, how do I even explain this? There is no that state of stillness. Everybody's just, they feel like everybody's just disturbed, looking for something. It feels like everybody's looking for something. But here it's a slow living in the village. It feels beautiful. Wow. So let's go to the farm. This is one of the maize which we planted, very ready, like very okay. There was another one down there. Let me just have a look at it, because it's the one which we planted lastly. It's the one which we planted lastly. Let me see if it's also ready. Wow, life in the countryside, so beautiful. Slow living. Actually, it's slow living. Wow. So my mom ended up even planting more. Okay, can't you see the difference? Here the leaves of the potatoes are grown, and here it has freshly been planted. This will be a very big potato farm, very big. Like we can't really consume all of these. And you know what is good? Sometimes back she planted like a lot, like now, and she sold some. So that's good anyway. You get food from it. You can as well get money and do other things with that money. Wow, I didn't know she did this. Whoa, oh, okay. I want to check the maize which we planted last, how it looks like, how everything is, and then we just go back. Oh, here it is. Have a look at this. Also ready. You see? All the maize ready. This is really beautiful. When I was traveling, they usually sell roasted maize for travelers. I felt like I never wanted to buy. I was like, I have to taste the maize which I planted first. Even later on, I'm gonna buy this. I really wanted to hit this one which I planted. That feeling is really great. Like this was the very first time which the planting season found me at home, and I did the planting, the weeding and everything. So it's just a different feeling altogether. Let me get to where we'll get the maize for roasting, and then let's catch up there. So guys, this is where we'll get our maize for roasting today. So this is what we usually do. There are some farms which are being planted late, and they're not big farms like this one here. So we'll always leave such farms for roasting, or maybe if anybody needs some maize for boiling or roasting each and every time, because it's not a big one, and it was also planted late. So here's what we'll get, because other big farms we can't just do the roasting. The big farms will just wait until the whole of the farm, or maybe the maize in it, dries, the whole of it, and then when we do the harvesting, when the maize are already dry, but they're still on the maize stalk like this one. Just leave until everything dries up, and then we'll cut it down and then remove it from this outer cover. Then after that we remove it from the cob. Then it's being dried. We do some we protect it from pest, and then we keep it. So if you have got surplus, you can sell, and you can as well ground it, or maybe make it convert it into maize flour. And then that is our staple food in Kenya, for those who are watching from outside Kenya. And so you'll have your ugali, because that is the staple food. If you don't have that, then you're going through a lot for sure. Yeah, so that is why we can't take the maize from roasting from big farms. So this is what we'll be using for now. I have my my panga, I told you here. And I won't take much, because for those who've been at home, I've been doing this. So it seems as we speak now, they've eaten enough, but still I'm not that greedy. I'm gonna take which is just enough for everyone. So let's do this. So guys, I've cut my maize. So the next thing, this is what we do. We remove all these, I don't know how we call them though, and then just that way, then we have our maize here. So I'll have to do that for all of these. So let's do it together. Guys, we now have maize for roasting. I'll just put everything together so that we can get back home and do our roasting. So I'll put them inside my bag. I think these are just enough for everyone, because some people had already taken tea with the bread, but I only wanted maize. So for the maize stalk, we'll take them to the cows. So it's a win-win. You get your maize, the maize stalk still serves as feed for the animals. So I don't know how I'll carry all of them, but I'll try. So let's do this. Here we go. So guys, I'm home and we had used this charcoal jiko to prepare some tea. So there still fire remaining in. I've just added some charcoal and I'll just be waiting for some few minutes for the fire to get ready, and it will be ready, I know, because I'm outside and the wind is blowing so good. And then we have got this wire here which we place on top of the jiko to hold your maize while it's roasting. So let's wait for the fire to get ready. I know that's gonna happen in just a few minutes, and then we'll get direct to roasting. Anyway, before that, we really miss village vlogs. Did you miss the village vlogs? Because with me, however much I always do these videos, but there is also how I feel depending on wherever I am, especially when I'm writing in the village. Actually, it's a slow living, the way I said. Everything just moves according to your pace, and that feeling of fulfillment, peace, stillness, it's just around you, and I really love it so much. Like, you just do it the way you want it. If it could have been in the city, you go by and you eat and there is nothing attached to it. But being that I'm in the village, going back to where I'd planted maize seeds and just seeing them, like their whole mature maize, oh my goodness, that feeling is just unmatched. So let's wait for our fire to get ready, so then we'll do the roasting together. and then we'll have breakfast. So keep tuned, make sure you like the video. It's so much important because it tells YouTube algorithm that this video is good and it gets recommended to a lot of people, and that's how we grow together as Amy's Diary. So let's do this. Guys, our fire is ready, so let me just put my camera here and then we do the roasting together. So I'll just place them this way. This is a chicken which has been disturbed. I don't know why. It's making a lot of noise. Those are the sounds we expect in the village. No hooting of cars, chicken making noise, cows mowing, goats making all the noise you can imagine of. But it feels good though. Those are natural sounds. How do we call them? guys, I came to give cows the maize stalk, but maybe unfortunately or fortunately enough, I found one of the cows feeding on the maize. And I think you've seen from that clip, my mother is so much irritated with my brother because most of the time he's the one who tied the cows. But I don't know, it's just an accident or something. Then most of the times the cow will cut the rope, or maybe not even the rope being cut. Like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't tie it tightly. And so she was saying that this other part, we also did the wedding here, if you can remember. Let me show you how that place looks like. So I think you've noticed that the maize over here is shorter here than the other side. So my mom was saying that the whole of this place have been fed on by cows. They have just tried to grow, to germinate, and to produce this one here, but all of this place have been fed on by the cow. So I don't know if I used to say it's an accident, because even me sometimes when I tie the cow, not most of the time, but even once in a while, or any other person, it happens. But my mother is saying that each and every time my brother ties the cow must feed on maize. So it's kind of funny. I was telling her maybe that's just an accident, and you know what, the maize are close to where the cow feeds, where there is grass. So unless the maize will be taken away, and this is one of the things which happen to most of the people who have cows and they do farming as well, like you can't find that they'll harvest without a cow or maybe goats feeding on the maize. So anyway, that's it. But the damage is big though, but there's nothing we can do. It's just an accident. Even him, he didn't know that the cow could feed on the maize. But I thank God that I came in just in time, because if I could have not come, then the cow could have maybe fed on the maize the whole day, or until in the afternoon, when they are being taken to another place to graze and they are being given water. So the damage has happened. There is nothing you can do. So I just came to give the cows the maize stalk, which I roasted, and also to check this part of the farm too. I'm checking the farms as if they are mine. They are my mother's, but I helped her do this, so that's why I feel like I need to see whatever, maybe the kind of work we did. But it's my mother's farm, not mine. Maybe some days God will bless me so that I can buy my own land and do farming and keep animals as I want. But for now, I'll help my mother if I'm around. So we did the weeding here. It's doing great. If not for the part which has been fed on by the cows over there, they're very short. But from this other end, we'll get maize. Yeah. And avocados also are here. This is the first time I'm seeing avocado since I came home. The ones which were there, my elder sister came and went with them. Yeah, so that's it guys for today. I'm so much happy to be back home. You guys expect a lot of village vlogs, because this is where I'm gonna be for the longest time possible. Yeah, that is according to me. Maybe God has other plans, but for now I do not have any other plan. I had a panga. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness, that is another problem. Okay, thank God I've seen it. Oops. Okay, so let me get back home. I was just wanna update you on everything which is going on, and to know that I'm back in the village. It's a very nice place to stay and to be right now. And they cut most of these small twigs here around my grandmother's house. For those who've been watching me for a very long time, that's sometimes back it used to be bushy around this place. So there is the reason as to why all the small bush have been cleared, and they're supposed to be burnt so that this place can be clear. So I don't know how we call this, but if you know whatever I'm talking about, kindly share in the comment section so that I can know, or maybe any other person who is watching. Some churches, when somebody has died, they'll wait for maybe a period of a year or maybe more than that, and then they'll come back. It's like a celebration in the name of whoever died, but what they do is that they do, I really, okay, should I call it a ritual? Okay, the kind of thing that they do is they go to the grave and then they remove the weeds if it was not plastered. Like for my grandmother and my grandfather, it wasn't plastered. They were just buried with soil. And right now, if you're somebody who wasn't here by then, you can't tell that somebody was buried there. So in this situation, they remove the weeds and everything around the grave, and then they'll cook and they eat. They call people. I think that is all they do. So that is my grandmother's church who do that, and one of her daughters, who is my auntie, also goes to the same church. So she has decided to do such a celebration for her parents. So they'll be coming back home, and that is why this place had to be cleared, because the ceremony has to be done at the homestead or of whoever is being celebrated. So in this case, it's my grandparents. And I have heard something, they were saying that they will also, like, they can combine that ceremony for people, not even one person. So they said my grandmother, my grandfather, and my dad, who died, I think 15 years, close to 16 years ago. Yeah, so for the three of them, so they have to do it in the homestead of my grandparents. So that is why this place has been cleared like this. So I don't know if the ceremony has a name, but again, what I know that not all churches do such ceremonies. There are churches who doesn't go back for such ceremonies completely, like the church to which my mother goes to, she doesn't. So it's something that they really don't recognize happen. They're like, if somebody is dead, they're already dead and they should be left to rest. But for my grandmother's church, they come back for such ceremonies after years, especially after a year. So that is why this place have been cleared. I'm really not sure if the ceremony will find me. If it will, then I'll show you how everything goes. If it doesn't find me around, then that's how it will be. This place was bushy because nobody stays here, and they died, I think, 5 years ago. You have a look at this. Everything everywhere has been cleared, and the house is not that much in a good condition, but when it rains, somebody can shelter inside. But they say there is no need, or maybe, of renovating it. They're just okay with it this way, because after all, there is no one else who will come and stay here. Because in our culture, if somebody has died, for the people who doesn't do such ceremonies, the house is supposed to be brought down if there is nobody who is staying inside. Yeah, but sometimes the family can consider giving it to anybody who is homeless around, because some of the people will find shelter in such places and they stay there. So if there's somebody who is homeless around, because when they died, the house was in a good condition, but being that nobody stays here and nobody has shown interest, so it was just left that way. So definitely, I know after that ceremony, it will be brought down. And so that's how everything is. So guys, I'm happy to be back home. And I know each and every day we'll be having new vlogs about whatever is happening around. I just have a lot to show you. Remember, we planted some trees, which I'll show you how the progress is in the next video. So thank you so much for coming around to watch this video. If you are new, kindly do not leave without subscribing. Hit the like button. You can share my videos and leave a comment. If you've always been here, thank you so much for always supporting. Kindly, if you feel like commenting, if you feel like sharing something, do not hesitate. And you can as well tell me where exactly you're coming, or maybe you're watching from. I'll be glad to know. Turn on your notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. Bye bye. See you in my next one.